Let's go. Let it be known. Nubs on 3. 1, 2, 3. Nubs!
Ah! I like the fact that we get to do sports the whole time.
Set. Hut.
Hey, what's your favorite part about camp?
The tackling drills.
On your mark, get set, go!
We fall or get hurt, it's like, it's okay, get up,
Good to go, huh?
because we're all together.
3, 2, 1. Go, D2!
And we're back with the Ability Giving Tuesday live stream. And I got my cowboy hat on because we're talking Lonestar Camp with Kelly Wood. What's up, Kelly? Kelly, it's Giving Tuesday, man.
Ability, baby.
Yeah. So, Kelly, we got Lonestar coming back on November 4th through 5th in Mesquite, Texas, not too far from your hometown in McKinney, man. What has it been like? First, let's hear your story, Kelly. Tell us your.
Okay. Well, I lost my leg 3 years ago, and it was a motorcycle accident. So pretty, traumatic, but short and sweet. They cut my leg off and gave me a new one. And I was like, sweet, what can we do with it next? And quickly after that was able to, find Ability online through Instagram. So I'm glad with all the social media work that y'all do, because it really helps other people just to see what's out there. So that was super exciting. But then just seeing all the hope and the love and everything that y'all were doing, man, that was so inspiring. And I would say probably about after a year, it was less than a year, that I reached out to y'all and was like, man, like, if I would have lost my leg when I was a kid, this is exactly what I would have wanted. And I couldn't help myself, but I volunteered at the first Lonestar camp, which is out in Mesquite. It was a blast, probably the funnest thing. And just getting to see the impact on those kids, it made me realize that this is what I want to do every turn you come around. And it just changed my life from that first turn, because some of the kids were even, they've been amputees longer than I had. So they even helped me, while I was falling down on my running leg. You remember, they were like, not only would they laugh at me, but they would tell me to get back up because they fell too. So, it's just from point A to, losing my leg and seeing the kids in the community, and just that life-changing aspect really, made a difference for me, but also knew that, hey, I have a chance to make an impact and continue this legacy and really, I have not missed a camp since. Anyone that you give me an opportunity to go to, I will go to.
And man, you've been so instrumental in Ability, and especially with our new program, the Little League. That's your favorite. Look, he's teasing already talking about it. So often, Kelly, we get the question at all of our camps from parents is, can my child who has never participated in sports participate in Ability? What's your answer to that?
Yeah, it's the possibilities are endless, and we start that at, as you said, Little League. I run the program for 4, 5, and 6-year-olds, and we just engage those kids before they really even get into that school age, and give them not only the confidence to know that, hey, you are who you are. It doesn't matter if you're down 1 or 2 or even 3 or 4. You're special and you're awesome and you can rock and roll, but you have to rock. You have to go. The only thing, we love you how you are, but we're going to push you to be better. We're going to push you to grow and find a sport that you want. We're going to push you to do things that are outside your comfort zone, because then you'll realize your possibilities. And I feel like most people, they don't see that. They don't know that they can do it. And when they get to a camp, especially our all sports camp, I love it with all the people there, and you just see everybody doing everything. You don't have the question, is somebody going to laugh, or can I, what happens if I fail? You'll watch me fall. You'll watch me as a coach fall, but then you'll watch me get back up. And so they'll get to see that and know that, hey, it doesn't matter if I fall or if I can't do this correctly. I've seen kids with one arm learn how to catch a baseball, pocket their glove, and throw it. And then I've watched them catch a baseball, throw the ball up in the air, drop their glove, catch the ball midair, and throw the ball in one motion. And they learn that as a 5-year-old at Lonestar camp. So the possibilities are really endless, and any parent who does not know that, or even the kid or the person that's, our age that doesn't know that, hey, you just have to get out and try. And any parent who has questions, just ask our group, because we have so many people and so many coaches that know, every sport with every limb difference. So there's really not anything that we can't help them overcome.
And you've been with us, Kelly, now for, is it 3 or 4 years? It feels like
it's coming up on 4. It's 3, about to be 4. Yeah.
So coming up on 4 years, you've seen the program go from 7 to 10 camps a year to this year we're going for 16. Kelly, we're going to get crazy.
Yeah, buddy.
What do you think it means to be able to create so many opportunities for these kids to own their difference through sport?
I grew up with all of my limbs, and I could tell you that sport was key for me. And I can tell you that regardless of how many limbs you have, access to sport is imperative to quality of life. If you don't have that access to sport, you're not going to have things that you can shoot for and go. And not that everybody has to be athletic, but to keep you physically fit, get endorphins going, to get just community with people that I go and play basketball with, people at my gym, just, to be able to get in that mindset where you can get out and do those things. But on the contrast, when you don't have access to it, if you don't try, if you're not in that world, it's often more lonely. You don't have that community, and you don't have even the personal strength where you see yourself breaking through goals and breaking through barriers and new heights. That gets you excited. I've seen kids at camp that just, they realize that they can do something, and it's something that they just didn't know they could do. And it's like, this changes my world, because now I can go play with my friends here that I could never have thought I would have actually been able to play with. We actually had one of our kids, Cole, who he was a below the knee and just moved up to above the knee. And one of the first days that he had that, he's actually in Dallas. So his family called me, and I went and we just played at the playground, with his new above the knee, learning how to climb up a playground with a now with a knee joint, simple things like that. But it makes the world a difference to be able to have that. And it changes your personality, but also changes your mentality of how you handle stuff, because there's so much adversity in sport and so many lessons that you learn in sport that really apply just to overall life. So,
man, it's been incredible to see all of these stories too take place in one spot. Is there one story, Kelly, that, since you've been with Ability from Texas camp or from any of the camps, that have really stood out to you, that has been like, man, I think about this all the time?
Man, that is so difficult, just because, as you know, there's so many times where these kids will show you, there are no limits. The greatest limit you could have is probably the limits you put on yourself. But whether it's watching kids, at our Lone Star camp with no arms, getting out there and joining the games and doing the stuff that you would just think that somebody with, no arms with, oh man, their life is over. And then you see them out on the field, playing the games, being engaged, doing the things with all the other kids. Man, just, I live in the memories that I have from Ability camp, and it carries me over just with excitement and joy to the next camp continuously, because there is so many moments for me, and even with the parents too. I think that people miss out on that aspect of nubability too, is I've spent so much more time just wrapping my arms around parents, just embracing parents, just engaging those parents, and to see the kids grow from year to year, as you said, 3 to 4 years, seeing those kids that were in middle school being in high school, or that were just going into high school, getting ready to graduate, they all grow so much. And I think that it's just so beautiful to watch, just as a family, the Nub fam, just to watch your Nub fam grow. There's nothing more exciting than that. And as I said, I just live elated day to day thinking about, man, I get to do this with Nubability. I'm looking forward to the next camp. We just had this great, I mean, it's life. You go in my closet, you'll see Nubability is life.
I love it, man. I love it. And to the point where you took one of the biggest moments in your life and combined it with Nubability. Y'all, you guys might not know this, those tuning in or not, but Coach Kelly is the very first Nubability proposal, and it was a success. Yeah. How's life going after the big engagement, man? You know, that was a huge moment. I'm so blessed that you allowed us to be a part of it.
You know what? There's one thing in life that I know, and that is that I was put on this earth to serve others, and that's a blessing. You know, God shows me that continuously, that like, hey, we are here for a purpose, and don't waste the gift that we have. And the gift that, you know, my amazing fiance has is she loves to serve others. And that's something that when we served at Nubability Camp, it just, you know, that life, when you're in that moment, it's almost like you're living a dream. And when we serve continuously together, it made me realize that, hey, if I'm going to propose to somebody who I want to serve with the rest of my life, I'm going to do it in a situation where I'm going to serve the rest of my life, because Nubability for life, baby. I will be there till the end. And, you know, it just was special to include y'all in that, because, you know, that is, we believe in y'all so much, and we love your group so much. And it means so much to us as a couple that we just see ourselves, you know, we see ourselves as the old Nubability family when we're there and we're 70 and 80 and we're just working with kids and we're like, we've been doing this for 70, you know, that's how we see it. We just, you know, we know that Nubability makes life change. And I knew that whenever I wanted to propose, that I wanted to make Cheyenne's life change at that moment in time. And it was just, I mean, it was perfect. And it was, you know, I'm still elated.
You know, one thing I love seeing is it feels like lifetime bonds that have been created between the coaches and the kids. Kind of describe that mentorship and what that means to you. You know, I feel like, for me personally, I feel like I learn more from the kids and get more from the kids than I put in. And I know you guys, you know, our entire coaching team, over 120 coaches from all over the country and outside the country, come in and volunteer their time to these kids. So what does that type of mentorship mean to you, and what have you gotten from that?
Yeah, so that type of mentorship is everything. As I said, like, I didn't have limb difference as a kid, but I knew, because I could just see from, I had a friend that came to me probably a day out of the hospital, and they just gave me a list of resources, and they gave me a list of programs that I need to get involved in. And they told me, hey, your leg's going to change like this. And they handed me 4 or 5 different sockets, and they said, you're going to have to do X, Y, and Z. For me personally, that friend of mine changed my life in the day that I came home from amputation. The literal day I came home from amputation, he was in my living room helping me to do that. And all I could think of is, everybody needs somebody like that, because even though in my life, most people were like, they see just where I've come from, they don't understand that, like, I got the insight, and I also had that mentality that life's not over. You know, people can say whatever they want, but ultimately, until you decide, life's not over. And so with the kids, it's recognizing that impact that he made in my life, I could make that in the kids' lives as well. And seeing all the coaches, you know, at Lonestar Camp, we have, what is it, like 60 plus limb different coaches out there with all the kids. And they can come to us and say, I want to do this. or I'm struggling with this, or if we know they're a new amputee, we can walk through with their parents and with them. Hey, here's what to expect. Here's what you can do. But like, you grow up. Nubbability is such a family that these kids are my little brothers and sisters, my fellow coaching staff. Like I would do anything for them. You know, it's the bond that we have grows more than just, hey, we see you at an event. It is, we want the absolute best for you. We've been there. Don't walk the shoes I have. You know, I personally struggled post amputation with, you know, things that people didn't see. But then whenever I was able to get out of those things, I'm able to turn back and tell the people, you don't have to go down this road. You don't need to go do whatever, because I've been there and I've made that mistake, but you don't have to. Or I've struggled with this and here's how I overcame it. And they can overcome it so much faster. And when we look at the kids these days, Nubbability is going to be producing not only college athletes, and I assure you probably Paralympic athletes. Nubbability is giving kids a well-rounded view of life, that they can really see themselves as those coaches succeeding, and as those coaches living really good lives. They get to see that, and they get to know, hey, I have hope and I have something to look forward to. And if they have a struggle, they can come to us. So I think that's really probably where it hits me the most, is that the kids, we build these bonds because we truly love all of our kids. I know I can speak for almost every coach that I know, is that the kids are loved and the kids are valued. And when we see value in them, and we can help them see their own value. And if they can't see it, they're going to, because we're going to speak that into them, and we're going to push them to find, their strength. And I think that's, they find their strength, they show up. You watch somebody else go through something and overcome it, you overcame it with them. And I think that's probably the best thing. They're overcomers. We say that was one of our shirts that we had. Like, they're overcomers. And every time these kids think they can't overcome something, they'll have a coach saying, "Did you say can't? Go run." We don't say can't, because it's not I can't do this. It may be tough, but the best things in life are tough. You get to the best places. Gold is only forged through fire, and you have to go through some of those things. So that's where, no matter if a kid is from traumatic or if they're from birth, we have coaches from trauma and we have coaches from birth. And oftentimes I've seen kids that love coaches that are not their same limb difference, that are not their same whatever. And they just attach to these people because they're showing love, they're showing hope, they're showing joy. For me, that's Christ and that's God, and that's what we all want. But that's really our camp. Boom, it's on there. Like, we that they can do all things through Christ who strengthens them. So I that's what I love about the camp and the mentor relationship, is there's such a tight bond, because it's a family and we really do care about the kids and their future.
Mm-hmm. No, man, that's amazing. Dude, I can't tell you how blessed we are to have you as a coach, man. You bring such joy and like upbeatness. Like, I'm gonna be smiling for the rest of the day already just because I got to talk to Kelly Wood. What do you feel like is the challenge that keeps parents from attending, and how is Nubbability taking on that challenge full force if they just give us the opportunity?
Yeah, I honestly think most people are just that I think it's two-part. One, they don't know about it. And then two, they fear about the resources of how am I going to make this happen, especially having a family. Most kids aren't the only kid in their family. And so the parents are having to divide not only the attention that they would have to anyways, but they're having to really specialize in, like, how do I make sure I'm taking care and nurturing this one kid without neglecting all my other kids? So for the first part, I'd say you help them know about the programs just through reaching out. And like our Find 50 program really is, we are not just content with, okay, we have a group of kids we can take, some groups I know personally that work with people with disabilities, they have kids they could take pictures of and market, and they're good. That's not Nubbability. Nubbability is not a transactional. It is transformational. And it is, how many kids can we get to change their lives? And by reaching out, we're not content. We want more kids. We want as many kids to find their potential and their strength and their just really themselves in our programs. So I think Nubbability does a great job. But then on that second part, where we're talking about how parents navigate the resources and not neglecting their other kids or their family, well, the resources, anytime somebody needs a scholarship, you get a scholarship. That is no questions asked. And that's the most beautiful thing, because, I mean, every person with a disability or amputation will struggle financially just because we have stuff to pay. There are certain things that hold us back, doctor's appointments, whatever it is, mobility devices. And I know that personally, you've flown people out personally to these events. You know, and I don't want to you're awesome. You're the leader. We believe in the vision because we believe in the visionary, and what you put forward is you love those kids and you will sacrifice your own self to get those kids there. And I think more parents need to know that, just like we have a support system in our Nubb family, we really want those people there. But the Nubb family also, your other kids will not be neglected. Your other kids will get into a program where they're being pushed. They're getting to do other sports. They're getting to engage other kids that are like their brother or sister that have similar differences, so they can see how they overcame it. And then they can go back to their brother and say, hey, I saw a kid do this. Let me help you here. Or they just have fun. Nubbability camp is fun. So you get out there and the other kids get there. They get to just engage and be a kid. I think that's one of the most beautiful parts about Nubbability is, regardless of if you have a sibling or a kid with limb difference, you're coming to Nubbability, you're gonna get pushed, you're gonna train hard, but you're also gonna have a lot of fun. And regardless of one, being down a limb or not, you're gonna be able to enjoy just a family who cares and who's so supportive. And I think that's the parents would get to see the support. They get to engage with the other parents. The kids get to engage with other kids. Like it's a family by definition, but you just couldn't even put into words how beautiful and how special every one of the events are. Like, I've never been to an event where I left and I was like, man, I wonder if any kids got something out of it. I've never had that experience. It was always, man, I have 150 new photos, and how do I pick one to post?
Kelly, why should a family in Texas watching right now, or near Texas, why should they come to Lonestar? What have you seen from our Lonestar camp that you feel like should draw kids in every single year?
Yeah, I'm biased. I'm from Texas, so I think every one of our Texas families should be getting together, because we do have a close knit of Nubbability families up here. And I've personally worked with some of them that they're engaged with the other families more than I am, because they're just, hey, we're talking on the phone once a month or whatever. The tight-knit community that we build here, that's everything. And you want your kids to come and be able to work with our coaches, with Coach Eddie, with Coach Logan, with Coach Bree, even the other Coach Kelly. No matter what sport it is, you're going to be able to want your kids to see those leaders that we have there, because I know the Lonestar coaching staff is so dedicated. They love these kids. And so whether it's the coaches that they're going to get to interact with or just the other kids, it's really important to get out to Lonestar camp if you're in the area, just because you will get to meet the other families. You will get to see, how we do things in Texas. And it's every year. It's consistency. It's something that I knew that from the first time I went, I'm going to, if nothing else, if I can't catch any other camp that's far away, I can catch the one that's local. And I think people need to understand that there's not that far. And once again, we will work to help get you the resources. You can't find resources in a hotel, we're going to cover your camp and you're going to get your hotel. If you can't find the hotel, we are going to work with you because we want you there. I think that's probably the biggest thing I'd say to any Texas family is there's continual, mission work. You can go far away, but there's tons of work to be done at home, and there's tons of opportunities here in Texas. I know we have 2 this calendar year, and so it's just find those opportunities and take advantage of them because your kids need them, and it will change their lives.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's been amazing to watch, to see how many people have come into our fold, especially through our scholarship policy. Kelly, in 2022, we had 76% of all of our campers come on scholarship. How cool is that, man?
That's great.
But that doesn't happen without these donors, Kelly. How do we
Mhm.
explain to them that they need to donate to Nubability.org today? If they go on www.nubability.org today, the Giving SI Foundation, Give SI here in Southern Illinois, is adding additional funds to each donation. So you get the opportunity to change more and more lives through one donation. Why should they give to us today?
Man, I think I said it, show my sweatshirt several times. Like, I am Nubability till I die. And that is because out of and as an amputee, I'll say this, out of every single group that I've ever worked with, hands down, Nubability changes the most lives. They make the most difference. They care the most about the kids they're serving. It is not we are doing this for clout. We're not doing this to help, poor kids, poor disabled kids. It's not for any of that, other than your kids are truly loved. And the kids that, like, I would just implore anybody to make a donation. Think about your childhood. Think about the things that you got to do as a kid. Now pick a limb and try and do that. Try and climb monkey bars without one arm. Try and run down a soccer field without one leg. And know that our kids are finding the strength to overcome all of that. And they get to see coaches that give them a real life example on how to succeed and how to overcome what most people would say, oh man, I couldn't imagine, I would just die if that happened to me. No, our kids are happy. They are loved. They are finding themselves and their purpose. They find their purpose to serve other kids, even at the camp. You see more kids that are stepping up to become leaders. And it's truly just as a result of the engagement from Nubability and the leadership and the hope that Nubability gives them. So I think that if anybody's considering making a donation, I would just say Nubability will change lives. It will change lives. Donate to Nubability, because that is like, it's everything. And especially if you're a part of the Nubability family, it just changes your life continuously. And then you make those relationships, and that community is everything. So, I don't even know the words. It overflows me to just be a part of Nubability and know the change that I can make. And just simply by showing somebody that they're valued and that they're loved, half the time that's all it is just giving somebody like recognition. But then we push the kids. So just know that you're also, you're supplying these kids with powerful leadership that's going to be encouraging them to find their potential. And that's everything.
I love it, man. I love it. And Kelly, we're almost at $3,500 raised already in just an hour. Yeah. How cool is that, man? That's 7 kids. That's 7 awesome. Kids already that they've raised money for. Oh, we got a bear coming. We got a nub bear coming.
Oh,
Sam, our program director, you want to tell them about the bear?
Absolutely. Hey, Kelly, fantastic seeing you. Thank you so much for being on this.
Love you, brother.
If you guys need even more reasons to donate to Nubability, here you go. For the first 5 people to donate over $50, they will receive a wonderful teddy bear. Look at that.
And what's the bear saying on the hand or on the foot? It says, don't need to. It's a nub bear. Handcrafted nub bears. Guys, we can't thank you enough for joining in our live stream. We're going to play a couple of videos out here, but we're going to let Coach Kelly get back to his day. I'm sure he's about to head to the gym or go shred down a mountain or do something. There's no telling. But Kelly, so pumped to have you, man. So blessed to have you. I love you, brother. You know that. Oh, we got the sign coming up. Donate to Nubability.org. Go to www.nubability.org. Donate today. Thanks to Give SI, your donation will be increased. Every time you donate, it's going to be increased, which means more kids. And that's what it's about, right, Kelly? We want more kids.
Yes, sir.
Well, Kelly, thank you so much. Get ready for Breckenridge. We're sending Coach Kelly with Coach Annika out to Breckenridge, Colorado. They're going to specialize in snow sport education starting next week. And Kelly's going to be at snow camp. And then, of course, please sign up today for Lonestar Camp, November 4th through 5th in Mesquite, Texas. Coach Kelly looks forward to seeing you. He brings out his whole church group, his family. It's a big party. It's a great time. And you're going to get a lot for your kids. Your kids are going to learn courage and confidence through sport, through mentors like Coach Kelly, who will push them to their absolute best. Kelly, thank you so much, brother.
Thank you, Sam and Sam. I love y'all.
Love you too, buddy. Guys, wow, we are almost $3,500 in our first hour and a half of streaming. This is amazing. We can't thank you guys enough for the support. Keep it coming. We need every little bit that we can to help these kids this year. We've got 16 different opportunities coming, 16 different opportunities that we're working on for these kids. We love you guys. We're going to continue to play some videos throughout, and then we will be back here at noon here in about 29 minutes with Coach Sam Monarch, and we're going to talk Calabash Fishing Camp as well as freshwater fishing camp at Big Bear Lake in California. Looking forward to seeing you guys. Have a wonderful day. God bless y'all, and I'll see you back here in 29 minutes. Yay! Yay! And donate! Donate! Working on it.
Let's go. Let it be known. Nubs on 3. 1, 2, 3. Nubs!
I like the fact that we get to do sports the whole time.
Set. Hut.
Hey, what's your favorite part about camp?
The tackling drills.
On your mark, get set, go!
We fall or get hurt, it's like, it's okay, get up,
Good to go, huh?
because we're all together.
3, 2, 1. Go, D2!
That way they can see the
Get 2 angles on it, boys.
Come on, you got a reel, buddy. Reel. Going to the side of the boat. There you go, you got it. Come over here. Walk over this way, stuff. What's up, buddy? How's he going?
You got a fish on. All right, going.
Coming up.
Oh, yep.
I gotta get by you guys. Hold it up. This is the big shot. You gotta hold up. You got it. You got it. You gotta hold it like you were still fishing. You gotta reel it in. Reel it in, buddy. Keep going. Hey, Dakota, do you mind holding this against the angles? We're on video now. Keep reeling. Keep reeling. Keep reeling. Keep reeling. Keep going, buddy. All right, stop reeling. Bring the tip up a little bit.
Pull the tip up.
Up. Oh, yeah. There you go.
Yeah!
Something!
You got a shark!
Woo! Hold on. He's fighting.
Come on, buddy!
He's fighting for you, buddy.
All right. Step back. Back up.
Black tip.
Big enough?
Hold on, guys. Let's see, we got that one.
I think it was good so you can see older adults having limb differences just like you.
I would tell someone that's coming to this camp, it's very fun. You get to meet people that are like you, so you're more comfortable. All the coaches are really fun, and they're always nice people.
What did you think about the coaches all having limb differences?
I think it's cool because you can kind of find your match person, see who's like the most like you, and kind of hang out with them a lot. It's really fun.
Camp.
I would say it's a lot of fun. I enjoyed the camp because you get to go fishing, which I think everyone would love, because fishing is kind of just fun. You hang out with your friends, maybe wait, and if you get something, you can maybe eat it. And sometimes we can cook them here at the place where we catch them. So I would say to another kid that they should probably come because it's a lot of fun.
What would you tell another parent considering this clinic?
Definitely do it. It was really, really fun. We enjoyed it tremendously, even with the rain.
What was your favorite part?
Definitely seeing the local camp's face when we pulled the shark out. That was cool.
And as a parent, what's it like to see adults with limb differences coming out and giving back to these kids as coaches?
It's wonderful. I love seeing all the adults interact with the kids and just the way they took them in like family. It's really fantastic.
People.
What did you think about the coaches all having limb differences?
I think it's awesome, and including where instead of just the kids talking to each other, it's the coaches too, because you know that you feel more comfortable when there's other people, like adults. I think you would feel more comfortable.
What was your favorite part?
When I caught a big shark.
Because it has people that teach me that are the same. Like I have enough and they have enough.
If I had this growing up, I feel like I would be a completely different person. It's the best way possible. I love being a part of this.
Kids should definitely come to camp because you can actually be yourself without having people judge you or stare at you.
Knowability, I just feel like another athlete. It's amazing just to see that I am not the only one missing a limb.
That's the kind of heart and drive that these kids have. Once you give them the tools, they're going to run with you.
I know for a fact that this is going to go for a lot longer, and we're going to be able to help a lot more kids that look like us. And I can't wait to never miss another Nub camp ever.
Get 2 angles on it, boys.
Come on, you got a reel, buddy.
Reel.
You going to the side of the boat. There you go, you got it. Come over here. Walk over this way, Slow. What's up, buddy? How's he going?
You got a fish on. All right, going.
Coming up.
Oh, yep.
I gotta get by you guys. Hold it up. All right, bring it to that rock. This is the big now. You got it.
You got it.
You gotta hold it like you were still fish. You gotta reel it in, buddy.
Keep going.
Hey, Dakota, do you mind holding this, get this angle? We're on video now. Keep reeling. Pull the tip up. Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah!
Something.
You got shark!
Woo! Hold on, he's fighting.
Come on, buddy.
He's fighting for you, buddy.
All right, ready, step back. Back up.
Black tip.
Big enough?
Hold on, guys.
set, go!
No, I don't need to know I can beat you. You know you're gonna need to, or else you're going to lose. I know I don't need to know I can beat you. You know you're gonna need to, or else you're going to lose. No, and I don't need to. I take a breath and breathe through all the stress and evil. We're all just different people. Stop making up excuses. You don't wanna challenge me, fool. Step onto the court and watch how fast I take the lead, dude. With speed too, neverability is decreased. Sam Cooner reaching heights that no one else has ever reached to, because he never quit trying to thread the needle. And when he steps up to the mound, you know he's pitching heat. Woo! I know I don't need to know I can beat you. You know you're gonna need to, or else you're going to lose. I know I don't need to know I can beat you. You know you're gonna need to, or else you're going to lose. I know I don't need to. You know you're going to lose. Up another ability, athletics and agility. Welcome to the camp of perseverance and tranquility. We believe that you can be anything you have the will to be. Believe in yourself. In any competition you'll defeat, you could become a legend, like Bo Jackson or Pistol Pete. And should you take a loss, you gotta brush it off and still compete. Keep building your talents day and night, and even in your sleep. Dreams become reality if you reach within, go really deep. I have no excuses, I don't need to always on repeat. No matter what the challenge be, just don't give up and never cheat. Sam Cooner never did, cause giving up is too easy. I'm happy that he didn't, cause he found another ability. A camp where we make friends who never limit capabilities. And if you're feeling shy, I hope our coaches make you feel at ease, or help bring out your inner beast. I hope you really feel this beat. I give it all I got, and I'm bringing all my energy. I know I don't need to know I can beat you. You know you're gonna need to, or else you're going to lose. I know I don't need to know I can beat you. You know you're gonna need to, or else you're going to lose. I know I don't need to. You know you're going to lose.
Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
don't need to know I can beat you. You know you're gonna need to, or else you're going to lose. I know I don't need to know I can beat you. You know you're gonna need to, or else you're going to lose. No, and I don't need to. I take a breath and breathe through all the stress and evil. We're all just different people. Stop making up excuses. You don't wanna challenge me, fool. Step onto the court and watch how fast I take the lead, dude. With speed too, neverability is decreased. Sam Cooner reaching heights that no one else has ever reached to, because he never quit trying to thread the needle. And when he steps up to the mound, you know he's pitching heat. Woo! I know I don't need to know I can beat you. You know you're gonna need to, or else you're going to lose. I know I don't need to know I can beat you. You know you're gonna need to, or else you're going to lose. I know I don't need to. You know you're going to lose. Up in ability, athletics and agility. Welcome to the camp of perseverance and tranquility. We believe that you can be anything you have the will to be. Believe in yourself. In any competition you'll defeat, you could become a legend, like Bo Jackson or Pistol Pete. And should you take a loss, you gotta brush it off and still compete. Keep building your talents day and night, and even in your sleep. Dreams become reality if you reach within, go really deep. I have no excuses, I don't need to always on repeat. No matter what the challenge be, just don't give up and never cheat. Sam Cooner never did, cause giving up is too easy. I'm happy that he didn't, cause he found another ability. A camp where we make friends who never limit capabilities. And if you're feeling shy, I hope our coaches make you feel at ease, or help bring out your inner beast. I hope you really feel this beat. I give it all I got, and I'm bringing all my energy. I know I don't need to know I can beat you. You know you're gonna need to, or else you're going to lose. I know I don't need to know I can beat you. You know you're gonna need to, or else you're going to lose. I know I don't need to. You know you're going to lose.
Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.